It is good that we are here and we are live. Excuse my hairdo and my setting, but I'm in the sunny state of Florida. We are now officially in summer, and it is so hot all the time that it's uncomfortable to be outside. There happens to be a storm coming in, and it's pleasant. So I would like to make this a pleasant, sacred space. As a car bends the corner, screeching its wheels and curbing a side check. I would start over again, but we're going live. And so we have cards that we're going to pick, and we're going to talk about astrology. And then we'll pick some cards to speak to the astrology, I'm sure. That's usually how it works. For it is astrology that our tarot is based upon, and numerology. And we learn all of these esoteric secrets together, hidden from the profane, from the common folk, kept for those privileged few on the inner circle, hip to the esoteric knowledge of this. The exoteric knowledge they give out to the commoner to control them. So we are breaking free of those chains of literalism. We take a historically critical approach to the study of religion, and we see it in its historical context. There's politics going on, governments with control of what gets pushed out and what doesn't. So we take a more critical approach to our study of religion. And as we do it, we also go to the mystical aspects and see that throughout the world religions, they have a common denominator often. Call it yoga, call it energy work, being in touch with the more subtle energies, metaphysical things. These are the things that cross over the dogmatic interpretations of scriptural texts, which were mostly propaganda. They didn't get passed down and survive through the generations because of some divine fucking act. We curse here at the Aquarian. This is spirituality for adults. Is this a religion? This is anti-religious, but using religion as a tool. We're creating a spiritual community. I have bongo drums off in the distance playing. That never happens. Let us be thankful for that. And let's be thankful for this iPad I have to record on so I can look at the chart of the moment. Here's something that really struck me. Saturn in a sextile to Mars. This happens twice every 2 years. One coming in, one going out. So this is an incoming opportunity to take your energy, Mars and Aries, and to put it into a bigger project, Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is when Neo meets the guy with the white beard and the white hair with all the TVs in the background. That's Saturn in Aquarius. And Neo is Aries with Mars. The green behind the ears warrior meeting the master architect. That could be enlightening. That could be overbearing. Conflict with a superior. Or an opportunity to collaborate with somebody who is well-structured, business-like, to take your dream, your passion, and put it into a reality of giving organization and structure to a complex idea. I have become a good astrologer now after, it took me 5 years. And you can start on day one. Dog, get yourself a tarot deck. You don't have to learn anything about astrology or numerology or colorology or pictographology. Just pick a card and see what it evokes in you. These images reach into our shared common experiences. So what would you think by seeing that? Let me give it to you upright. An Ace of Swords. Usually swords represents the world of air. We have a cloud to remind us. And it's a dark cloud, but light, dark and light. To know that dichotomy helps us to navigate through the world of symbolism. Swords represent air. There's a glyph for air. A crown, usually symbolizing victory. And then we have two different, one's perhaps a laurel wreath, perhaps ivy. And the fact that one's on the right and the left, and three of the shards of light, it goes to the Kabbalistic tree of life. So, and then we have gray in the background, lighter than the cloud, white and the dark blue on the sword, light emanating from the hand. It's a left hand. Left is action, actually. And right is the inner, because our right side of our brain and our left side. There's an inverse that happens. So with this, and then with the ocean and the earth, this is clarity, balance of thought, of intuition. This is the middle path, 3, 3, 7, 7 to bring you up to heaven, to give you victory in your traversing. Do you have a mental or communicative or relational problem? Here is a card indicating victory over it, but we got it upside down. So we take the reverse of that. I know, sorry. So that is a loss. Not being clear of thought. Not being able to make a decision. So this is asking us to turn that frown upside down. What decisions do we need to implement? Where do we need to implement them? Where do we need to stand up firm and strong and take our crown? Where do we need to put our mind, perhaps even over emotions? I don't want to say over, but together with. Synchronized, the white and the blue. White air, blue, the emotional realm. Earth, water. Can we get our emotions grounded into earth? Now is a good time with Cancer being a water sign, where we find ourselves in at this moment. A water sign in the fire, spring, earth, summer. Now we have water, Cancer, and earth. So that is grounding our emotions. We just had the moon in Taurus, which is a great opportunity to ground ourselves, to slow ourselves down, to feel comfortable, to see what doesn't make us feel comfortable emotionally. Then those are the things that we might have to address in our life. What is making me emotionally uncomfortable? That could be a relationship. That could be an attachment, a relationship to many things. A person, yourself. Big picture thinking. It shows up backwards for you, I'm sorry. Pleiades energy. The tail end, the back of Taurus, of the bull. They get stabbed by the matador. And out of the Pleiadian constellation, the seven sisters, now only 6 because one went missing, because Orion went and chased her and raped her. This is all astrological stuff about these stories in Greek mythology and all the mythology, Christian, Hebrew. It's astrological, astral myth. Anyways, here's big picture thinking. Venus just stepped into Gemini. This is people being open to receiving what you're trying to put out there. Creating community. Your daily life being given a shade of beauty to it. Rose-colored glasses, but I say accept it. And then try to bring that beauty to others. Visionary. A bigger story that we're able to bring in, a bigger voice to narrate. Say up until now, the narrator of your life story has been Gilbert Gottfried. Now we bring in Morgan Freeman. Let's fucking go. Inspired ideas. We have Jupiter and Aries. That is the fire getting higher. And I ain't no liar. We have Aries hosting Mars at this moment. And we only have another week of it. In a beautiful sextile to Saturn, this is really putting our fire, our desire, our passion into something that will fucking bring our life story higher. From a Gilbert fucking Gottfried chatterbrain into Morgan Freeman world. In the now. Spiritually sovereign. Not fucking living in the future or the past filled with anxiety or stress. In the now, which is what all there is that exists. The past does not exist. The future does not exist. The now is all that exists, and all that exists right now is in the now. I just watched an Eckhart Tolle video the other day, if you couldn't tell. We're not looking forward to the kingdom to come. We're looking forward to the world here and frickin' now. That's a great psyop. To have you sitting back and waiting your whole fucking life. Sometimes it takes a near-death experience, a edge of the fucking cliff experience to reset us into appreciating the fragility, the temporality of this experience. And when we do that, there's a fucking magic enhancement that is interjected that helps us to feel at one and in touch with everything and everyone and ourselves, not separated, seeing the dew drip off of a blade of fucking grass. Let us go. And that will be, I like to end at 1313, sacred, beautiful, feminine number.